It's a dope groove.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Big Game Sports Buzz, where fanatics and pro athletes come together to talk about sports and everything that surrounds it. I am Jay Stars, of course, your co-host, and the guy, the myth, the man, the legend, the one that we named this show basically after, the one that used to play for Tony Dungy for the Bucks and the Colts. The one, the only, Big Game James. What's up, Big Game?
Hey, Jay, what's going on, man? Hey, everybody, if I sound a little funny, I'm a little under the weather right now, but hey, I'm here. I'm gonna tough this thing out, man. Do my best, but brother, I am blessed and good to be here with you today, and I'm also happy that I'm able to make fun of you today as well. Hey, but it's all out of love,
That's all good. You know, look, hey, before we even start, again, welcome to Big Game Sports Buzz, home of where the fanatics and the pro athletes get together to talk about all things sports and sports related. Make sure that you hit that like, subscribe, and the bell so you know when we are on. We usually start this thing up around 6. I see we got some latecomers, but that's okay. When they get in, they'll get in. They'll see that it's a little dark today. It's a little dark. You know, it's kind of rough right now in Cowboy Nation, but, you know, I can't see anything right now. So let me go ahead and just turn on some lights because it's going to get better. It's going to get better, people. Hey, check us out on Cowboy Nation this Saturday. Shameless plug. We're actually going to move it back to 11. But, man, we got a lot of great stuff going on today. A lot of things going on in the playoffs, NBA. We have a special guest. One, Miss Genai Walker Macklin. So, man, I'm excited. You ready, Big Game?
I am, but let me ask you this real quick,
Yes,
Jay.
sir.
So it's Cowboy Nation now instead of Cowboy Connection?
No, it's Cowboy Connection. And,
But you're saying Cowboy Nation.
Cowboy Nation's a little sad right now.
Oh, yeah, Cowboy Nation is very sad right now. And y'all, hey, to give y'all a little bit more of a mourning process, all you Cowboys fans out there, Jay Stoggs has a show he does on Saturday. It's called Cowboy Connection.
Yes.
Now, he was hoping that the Dallas Cowboys would win an actual playoff game so that we can extend that show a little bit more further for a big game of sports. But they lost the first round. So it'll be a year in wrap-up of the Cowboys season to make the show 2 and done, unlike the Cowboys that were 1 and done.
No, so we'll keep it rolling. We'll just, you know, console each other in each other's misery, and we'll cry on each other's shoulder, and we'll say why, you know, it was wrong, and yeah, it's okay. It's definitely okay. Stickman Simp, hey, welcome, bro. Sean, good to see you, man. Look, I'm telling you, it's all right, Cowboys fans. I know. We're going to talk a little bit about it today. We'll talk more on Saturday. The show will keep going, okay? It will keep going. It will keep going. But, hey, let's not stomp it down.
And yeah, you're right. I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm going to let you make it on that one, brother.
Let's go, man.
Hey, let's get these 4 downs in.
Let's go. Let's get in these 4 downs. Hey, this part of the show, of course, is our first segment, 4 downs. This is where we talk about headlines and stories that are going on in sports. We can just report scores if you want to, but that's not what you want. You actually want to talk about what's going on in sports. For this first down, the Lame Show, again, as I have mentioned, has they continue to just show how bad the franchise is going down. Magic Johnson actually took to Twitter and said it is embarrassing how the Lakers played against the Denver Nuggets. They got, I mean, it was not even close. Go back, look at it. It was bad. It was horrible. Told Jenny Buss, yo, you deserve better. You deserve better. Franchise deserves better. Do better. Big game. What's going on in the Lame Show, man?
Hey, man, I think, honestly, we've talked about the Lakers a lot. It's becoming the same old. It's becoming a little repetitive. Yeah. But the reason I wanted this to be a down is Magic Johnson, a man of his stature and what he means to that franchise. When he comes out and speaks to Jeannie Buss and really summed it up in 3 words, you deserve better. I think it's an underlying meaning to it that she understands and some changes are about to be made. Everyone had big expectations. LeBron did get the Lakers another championship. You know, that did happen that bubble year. But what is really going on? And to me, it's bigger than the players now because someone else put this collaboration together, right? So when is Pelinka going to be held accountable? When are some things going to be said and done, or some moves going to be made? And the moves you did make made no sense. Russell Westbrook coming in, we still said it. He was not the piece. You only went out and got older. So you continue to get old. You didn't help your team. And this is supposed to be the Showtime, the basketball franchise of the NBA, the same way you say people look at your Cowboys, or the way people look at the Lakers, right? The storybook franchise. Yeah. They look anything but storybook. And the way Denver had beat them down this past weekend, for Magic to come out and speak the way he did, it just shows that it was a really, really bad situation. And things, I think changes are about to happen.
Yeah, Ron brings up, hey, go ahead and fire Frank Vogel. I don't know if that's going to be enough. You know, Sean talks about Anthony Davis being glass. Yeah, he's injury prone. We knew that in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden.
That's not new. You're right. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if there's going to be – I don't know at this point if there's anything the Lakers can do to right this ship, because as it's constructed, it's only going to get worse. Because as you pointed out, they're old, they're more injury prone, they're going to be down. We haven't seen LeBron break down like this as far as physically ever, you know. But now we're seeing that his body's breaking down. We see that Anthony Davis is breaking down as usual. And, you know, it's just going to be – it's a bad look for Laker Nation. I kind of feel bad, but that I don't, because we said this at the beginning of the season. This is what they're going to do. This is what – they have the oldest roster in the league. These guys, like, they'd be great if this was, like, 2012. Be a great team, awesome team in 2012. But this is 21, 22.
Hey, I do feel bad because the expectations and the excitement I thought I was going to see to be reminiscent of Showtime. You know, I like Showtime. I mean, I love that late 80s, early 90s era of basketball, right? So not that just, you know, Lakers not my team, just to see if you're going to bring those days back and you're going to get to that real true competition in the West between the Suns and the Lakers. And they're not even and they're not even up there in that conversation. And that's what people were looking forward to. I think coming into this season, we thought that it would be in place to be a great team, right? They're not.
Yeah. No.
And it's just like, what are we going to do to get? And like you said, it may not be anything that can be done this year. I don't think Vogel's the only problem. You can fire him, but it doesn't change the personnel on the team. I don't know what coach can get anything more out of those players because it's coming down to the needs. So, like I said, Magic Johnson saying what he said, he's seen something that maybe we haven't seen or know something, or that's that, you know, that secret tip of the hat to let Jeannie Buss know that she's got to start making some changes.
Sean, you bring up this point, right? LeBron Tate, that's funny, should not be carrying a team. Yeah, it's time. Anthony Davis was supposed to be the guy to do this.
Right.
Here's the problem, though. Anthony Davis can't be on the court long enough to do this. So now, who's the next guy? Guess what? It's Russ Westbrook. Uh-oh, problem.
Yeah.
You got a problem there. He cannot lead you to a championship. He can't lead you to a championship. So, yeah, it's over as far as this year. And really, if you ask me, it's over for Lakers, for the lame show. For, LeBron is probably the closest you got to Magic, but you don't have a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You don't have that. You don't have, a Green. You don't have a Coop. You don't have these guys that helped run Showtime. You don't have them. They're all old. They're all overpaid. And so you got nothing. And you have nothing young because you traded all those pieces away.
Right.
So good luck to you, Lakers. I hope you do well in the draft. I hope you get a high lottery pick because that's about where you are. And there's that on that. Hey, let's go ahead. Let's hit second down. Again, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell. You know when we start, when we're on. And, of course, if you like the show, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. Again, that's www.buymeacoffee.com/BigGameJames. We got some fun stuff coming out, that some awards for our avid listeners and avid people that come in and they, not you, Ron, because you're a Cowboys hater, Ron, so you get nothing, okay? Just know that. Ron, you get nothing. Nothing. I'm just serious. All right, let's go on to number 2. Second down. There's been talk of rookie of the year for the NFL, and right now it really comes down to 2.
Two-man race? Okay.
It's a 2-man race.
See what you got. See if I agree with you.
Okay. Jamar Chase.
Okay.
And Micah Parsons.
Damn. Okay. Those are my top 2. It's so funny. We did not talk about this shit at all. No. I was going through making a list. But now, Jay, before we really dive into it, Micah Parsons speaks for itself. Jamar Chase also. Do you think writers and voters are going to try to edge Mac Jones up there because of who he is and the franchise he plays for?
I was looking at the numbers, right? Because I went ahead, did my job, did my due diligence and did my duty as a Cowboy faithful. And I voted for my guys many times as I could. And then I just said, okay, I'm done with it.
You did more work than your Cowboys did, but that's another story.
That's what we're doing, huh? That's what we're doing. Okay, that's fine. Yes, I did more work than the Cowboys offensive line for sure. But anyway, Mac Jones was at 10% at that point, right?
Okay.
And then Chase was at that point like at 45%, and Micah Parsons was at 39%. So to me, there's really, you can try and bump them up, but I mean, at this point, it really is a 2-person race. And I agree with Ron. It's clear. It's between those 2 guys, and so it's kind of crazy because when we talk about what makes a player, here's my thing as a fan as I look at it. Chase depends on Burrow. If he's on any other squad, does he have the numbers? If he's on New England, does he have the numbers? If he's in Arizona, does he have the numbers?
Arizona, yeah.
You think so?
Kyler Murray got the ball D-Hop before he got hurt. They would have found a way to get in the ball. Okay. I think so. I mean, your point is valid because that's why most quarterbacks win awards, because they touch the ball every play, right? Yeah. It's hard for a receiver because he can't throw the ball to himself. But what he did in running his routes and getting open, I got to think that that most suitable NFL quarterbacks could help that young man look good. Or better yet, let's reverse that. He's going to make those quarterbacks look good because of his gameplay and what he did. Jamar Chase is not a normal wide receiver. And that's why that's why Waddle's name came up in Rookie of the Year voting in Miami, because of what he did to help Tua look good as well.
But did Tua look really? Did Tua look good?
In some games he did with Waddle playing. I'm just saying they help the quarterback as well. But it's hard because they can't throw the ball to themselves.
Wait, you said it. He needs a quarterback as well. Now, I'm saying that to prove this point. Micah Parsons did not need anyone else.
He plays defense, Jay.
Oh, come on.
Go ahead.
Now, look, isn't this crazy?
So let me ask. Yeah, you're right. But let me ask you a question. So because I don't know him, Parsons did well, but
Parsons did great.
He still only did as good as the four guys in front of him when he played backer, or the guy next to him. He still had to have people on that defense around him to play well for him to play. Now, needless to say, he stood out and took his game to an entirely another level.
Absolutely.
Now, don't get this twisted. A couple of shows back, I said he could be the only kid that I see getting Rookie of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year, or he be MVP the way he played.
Yes.
Now, his team did not help his calls out because they lost, and he'll get judged on that as well. So, thank you, Dallas Cowboys, for him coming up short in the award race.
And you know
in every segment, Jay, I'm going to refer to Dallas losing. I just want you to know that. In every segment, there will be a Dallas reference to you guys losing.
Look, here's the thing, and this was a question that we kind of had. This is a regular season award. Should it matter what happens in the playoffs if this is a regular season award? This is a regular season award.
It shouldn't matter, but people remember the last thing you do. Period. People remember what you did last, right?
I agree.
Micah Parsons didn't have the most outstanding game, but they game plan the right way to keep him not as involved as he normally is, right? You got to take your head off the Shanahan and how he called his game.
Look,
should it matter? Will it matter? It might. You asked the question. That's just my answer to it.
I hear it. Here's the other part of that too, is if he played one position on defense, I think it's safe to say that if he was just strictly a pass rusher, I think he would have been close. I know he would have smashed the rookie record. I think he would have beaten the rookie record set by Lawrence Taylor. I think he would have. Okay, if he was just strictly a linebacker that played, two positions, or if he played in a true linebacking position, I think he would have done great back there. But because he moved around and was able to, and was physically able to, I think you have to take that into account as far as what he did and how he was for the regular season. Now, here's the other question. If Jamar Chase and Burrow don't win their game, does Chase get the bump that he got?
I'm going to say his regular season speaks volumes enough, but he may have gotten an edge because of his performance in that game. I mean, I'm not going to argue with you, Jay, on that. I feel where you're coming from. So should it? No. Will it? Yeah. Hey, shout out to MJ for joining the show. What's up, there, cuz? Good to see you.
What's up? Hey, no foolishness today, MJ. I've already told your boy Ron, no foolishness today. It's all good, though.
Man, let me tell you.
It's all good.
Hey,
all right.
So you just join. I don't know.
Chase set records and Parsons plays for the Cowboys. Wow. That's, Ron, and see, with comments like that, it just hurts people's outlooks on the truth there. But you know what? That's cool. That's cool. You don't want to look for. No, I really do believe Parsons is the one that should get it because of what he's done as a rookie. He's won Rookie of the Week 3 times. I don't think Jamar Chase has won it that many times. So, yeah, I think he definitely deserves it. Big game is frozen in time, but that's okay. We're going to keep the show rolling because we're going to hit into third down, and I know he's got a lot to say about this one. And Chase is a beast. I'm not saying that he's not. Chase, he is a beast. And so to have the conversation around him, hey, look, definitely deserved. Definitely deserved.
Hey, sorry about that, Jay.
Oh, you good. Yes, Parsons will get Defensive Rookie of the Year. NFL Rookie of the Year, I think he, but yeah, Chase is a beast. I agree with that. I'm not taking anything away from the young man, but I will say again, and I'm not posting that. So, MJ. Cowboys are not. Well, okay, they're lost, but they're not losers. They won MCs. All right. Anyway, let's go to the third down. Man, it's
gonna be a long show. Yes, it's all good though.
I should have got
yeah, you should have put something in that cup, baby.
I should have, man. I should have put a little something in there. Third down. Are we surprised by the super playoff weekend? I already know what Ron and MJ are going to say about a certain team, but I mean, are we really surprised by what happened? Is there anything that stood out to you, Big Game?
I'm surprised at how the Bills fired on all cylinders for a playoff game. They were my favorites early in the year, Jay, and I talked volumes about them and what I thought they could do. Then they had the little fall off, and then they come back and handle business. So how well they played surprised me. Other than that, every other game pretty much went the way we predicted and talked about, and that's why I made you go back and listen to the show again.
Yeah, I know you did. Well, see, Ron, and there's your problem. You the Raiders. We knew they were going to lose. We knew they were. So there it is. I kind of agree. I don't think there were any surprises. Pittsburgh did what they did. In Kansas City was like, okay, look, we tired of this, and so they did what they did. Tampa Bay showed what they were. I thought Tampa Bay would play a little bit better. But they came out and they got the win, and that's what they needed to do. They came out and won. Yeah. As far as the Bills, man, yeah, it was frightening what they did to New England, and I think they were trying to prove a point, actually.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think they came out trying to establish themselves to let everybody know that they mean business. And I think they have confidence, like A. Reed and I talked about it on Move the Chains on Tuesday, that because Buffalo beat Kansas City this year in Kansas, they have confidence that they can do it. They have confidence that they can go on the road and win a game, and that's big in the playoffs. You get a road team with a considerably young quarterback that has a little bit of confidence, and like let's all be honest. Like Ron said it on my Pittsburgh was surprised. They didn't even think they made the playoffs. Yeah. People were asleep. They had to wake them up and tell them they made the playoffs. So it's not like the Chiefs went like everybody's, oh man, the Chiefs magic is back. You beat up on grandpa quarterback. Father Time had already beat Ben Roethlisberger before the Chiefs did.
Right. Yeah. That's cold. But true. 18 years. I mean, he'll go to Hall of Fame, that kind of stuff. But it's the end of that era, and it's time for them to, start. And it's sadly, it's been time, pun intended, for them to get a new quarterback. But with Pittsburgh, man, that didn't surprise me. Yes, the Cowboys loss was surprising. I will say that. I'm saying it now. It was surprising. There was what does he say? Not a Cowboy. Oh, wow. Okay. See.
Sorry.
It was a bad look. It was a bad look all the way around.
Oh my
Here's what
God.
I'll say though. The defense played well. Now they had a lot of issues, and they had a lot of issues.
In the Cowboys game?
In the Cowboys game. I'm gonna tell you why I say that.
Yeah, please tell me.
They held San Francisco to 23 points. They held them to 23 points.
San Francisco held San Francisco to 23 points.
So whatever you want to call it.
That's the truth. What team won? What team won?
No, I don't think so because.
What team won? San Francisco, correct?
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo had one Garoppolo moment and threw the pick he shouldn't have thrown.
Yes.
A couple penalties changed things, and
quite a few. 14 penalties in that whole game.
But I'm just saying, even San Francisco had some. And y'all Bosa left the game with a concussion.
And came back. I want that noted.
He was not – no, he didn't finish that game.
He did. He came back in the game. I saw it. And I was like, wait a minute. I thought he was concussed. He was, yeah. He came back, but it's okay.
It's find your good point on this on this damn playoff down. Find your good point to try to make your Cowboys relevant. They at home. Period. You can't do it.
All right.
But go ahead. You're going to try. You're going to try.
It's difficult. I will say that. It's difficult. And so we're going to move on.
Yes, let's do this. Let's do that. Let's move on. Yes.
I don't like you sometimes. Moving into fourth down. So everyone is going Harbaugh crazy, as in Jim Harbaugh. Question is, should he leave Michigan to go back to the pros where he can basically pick any team he wants to go to? Or should he stay in Michigan now having beat Ohio State and made it to the CFP? What's up, Hirsch? How you doing, man?
Hey, Jay, this is one thing about Harbaugh. Harbaugh had success in San Francisco. It wasn't like he was a guy who came to the NFL ranks and did horrible and had to leave to go to college. Mm-hmm. Now, it took him a while to get over the big hump as far as that rivalry game goes and beating Ohio State, right? And people were calling for his head. He got it done this year, got them to the playoffs. They didn't win, but let's face it, they didn't have the speed to match up with that Georgia team in the playoffs, in the college football playoffs. I always wondered why he left the pro ranks, because I thought that he was a decent pro. Some guys that I talked to that worked with him and played for him said that he was actually good. He was a good coach to work for and even play for in the NFL. So I think if anybody can do it, he would be the guy to do it. It's going to be, to me, dollars would be the only thing that makes him leave that Michigan program right now. Should he leave it? I don't know if I should say should, but would he leave it for the right amount of money? I think so.
Here's the thing. And Ron makes this point. He is an NFL coach, yes. Will he be consistently be Ohio? No, he won't. But what he does have is recruits. I think the other part too is we look at him and we say, well, wait a minute. Michigan already put an ultimatum on him and said, if you don't win, you're out. So he won. And now they're like, oh, we love you because you beat Ohio State. Now you're in CFP and all of those things. I'm kind of with Hirsch when they say, stay at Michigan, stay getting the money, enjoy the game. You have way more control over the program.
Yeah.
Of course, one of the landing spots is Vegas that they're talking about. It's kind of funny, MJ and both Ron have stated they don't want him. And I've heard that from quite a few Raiders fans that say they don't want him.
Well, because he goes for the 49ers. That's a rival. But used to be a Bay Area rival. I hate him.
No, I don't think he's going to go back to the Niners and at all.
Well, no, he's not going to the Niners because they have a coach they believe in. Yeah. Shanahan's not going anywhere for a while. No. John Lynch loves that guy.
Yeah. Now, Denver is interesting. Denver is interesting because he would be able to pick his own squad going in because he ain't got no quarterback in Denver.
He doesn't, but will John Elway get out of the way, Jay?
Well, they're selling the team. And so when they sell, so the new ownership is really going to be the ones that are kind of figuring it out. So here's the other part of that. If I'm Jim Harbaugh,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going back into the NFL, but I don't know what the situation looks like as far as ownership, because you may have a new GM, you may have a new, totally new front office.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. There's a lot of spots out there. I don't know who's going to fill what. Yeah. Harbaugh can definitely get a job done, I think. He's the kind of coach that can go in, and he knows how to separate college and pro. And that's what a lot of guys that leave the college game to go to the NFL game they go to, and they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to separate the two, and they try to coach grown men like young men, and it's a difference of how you have to approach it. Is Denver the right spot? They got to find someone that they believe in, put the right pieces in place. We just talked about Rookie of the Year, and Surtain was one of those guys that was in conversations, right? So they're building a good foundation on defense. They got to get a quarterback that can compete and build, Judy, the wide receiver. They got some other pieces that I think are going to work out, but they've got to get that piece there. And we all say that once you miss on a quarterback, it sets your franchise back years.
Man, it does. I don't know if Elway is or has any ownership rights. I know he's president of.
He has some. I don't know how much, but believe that he does have some stake in it.
Yeah, he may have some stake, but not enough to warrant, full-fledged ownership or it not being sold. Like it's being sold.
It's being sold, but I don't know if that sells his stake automatically or not. Yeah. It just depends on the verbiage and words that he has in that contract, man.
Yeah. Now, here's the other thing, and this is sore for us, but, maybe Miami. Could be. You have a quarterback there. You got some parts and pieces, and he likes to do things a little, different. So Miami.
They got hurt on the offensive line, man. Jay, 2 years ago, Miami was a playoff team, so I think that they can get back to that. That's why I was surprised Flores got fired this year. But
yes,
it is what it is, man.
It is what it is, man. So yeah, Jim Harbaugh, should he stay? Should he go? I think he should stay. Just for this, I know how Michigan treated him, but again, if I look at all the perks, man, look, you beat Ohio State, you're an alum, this is your school, hey, you have control over the program, you do pretty much what you want. Yeah, I think that's what he's not. You know what? I'll take him. I'll take him in Dallas. I would.
I know what y'all better not take. Y'all better not take a chance on Kellen Moore. Jim, hey.
Well, hey,
Jason Garrett 2.0.
You know what?
Clapper. The clapper.
Folks, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell for Big Game Sports Buzz. Know when we get in this thing. Man, look, Ryan, no, you're not available, sir. Like the show, buy some coffee, help us grow. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. We always love to hear your comments, even Ron's, and he's funny. But yeah, there we go. That concludes 4 Downs. Hey, you know what? It's time for that segment we all know as
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
All right. Yes, this is Oh Hell No, where we see what's going on in sports, and we just have to shake our head and say, oh, hell no. Quick plug, real quick. After this, we will have Genai Walker that will be joining us talking about WNBA and NBA talk. Yo, great person to have on after Oh Hell No segment. So, make sure you're buckled in, strapped in for that. She's got all kinds of hot sport opinions. But for this week, man, look. I'm going to go ahead and get mine out. Can I?
Go ahead, dog. Go ahead. Please do. Because I want to hear it. I hope you going where you need to go with this, so I don't have to.
Listen, folks, you see what I'm wearing. If you don't know, if you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcasts, where you can catch Big Game Sports Buzz, I am wearing my funeral procession outfit for the Cowboys because, and I've heard this all over in talk radio here in Dallas-Fort Worth, as well as on everything else, is that this one hurts. I don't know where to start for my oh hell no, but I guess organizationally speaking, with the exception of maybe one or two people, it's the Dallas Cowboys. And in essence, their penalties. 14 accepted penalties. 14. There is a lack of control. There's a lack of leadership. There is just a lack. We can talk about the last play. That doesn't matter. They lost in the first quarter. They lost in the first quarter. It's so disheartening to be a fan right now because, yes, we had aspirations of Super Bowl. Look, it's like Herm said, you play to win the game. That's the only reason why. If you're in this just to make the playoffs like the Bengals and win a playoff game like the Bengals, then you are the Bengals, and that's why you haven't won anything.
You took shots at my boy on that one. That's messed up.
Hey, he can show me all the Cincinnati Bengals rings and when they in the championship tape of when they won the Super Bowl, and I'll be quiet. Oh, wait, he can't because there isn't one. Okay? Those are facts. But it's just a simple thing that you have 14 penalties.
Mm-hmm.
You don't deserve to even show up to the game. You should go back to college. No, you should go back to high school. Because it's simple things like lining up in the neutral zone. What are you doing, dog? Look down the line. There's the ball. You should be at least half a yard from that ball. That's a simple thing. It's a simple thing, right? Hands to the face. I know when you get in there and you're in the trenches, come on. Let's do something better. We got to be better than this. 14 penalties. False start, holding. Look.
Defensive holding for no reason.
On that run, and I said this earlier. Gregory, no, sir. The team plays better without Gregory. Yeah, he had a couple of good games. Hooray. Everybody had a good game against Philly. You should. That's practice squad. That's practice squad. At some point.
Hey, man.
I
don't know what to tell you.
Have to do better. They did. They lost in the first quarter, man. MJ, you're correct. They lost in the first quarter. So, for me, this week, and until they can get this crap together, they will continue to be on my oh hell no list.
Hey, man. It's hard to follow that one up, but I will. My oh hell no this week, and I'm gonna leave you alone because you said enough. You grieving right now, and I'm gonna let you. Hey, let MJ just say it. Let it out. I'm gonna let you let it out. Yeah. I'm not gonna hit you with that. This one comes from my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bruce Arians, during the wild card game against the Philadelphia Eagles, went over and slapped defensive back Andrew Adams in the back of the head because he started pulling people off the pile. And he got fined $50,000 by the NFL, and he said he's going to appeal it. But when they asked him why he did it, he said he already seen enough dumb and already seen enough stupid. He didn't want to see no more and pulled them off. My oh hell no moment's kind of in between, like, that was dumb. You can't do that, especially the way things are nowadays. But also to the NFL as well for always being so, I don't know. But he did slap the dude in the head. He got what he deserved. With all the other attention going on with us being in the second season, we don't need anything extra to be a distraction. So Bruce Arians gets my oh hell no.
Okay, but look, I wish Mike McCarthy would slap somebody in the head in Dallas.
He should start with himself. He should slap it. He should slap himself for allowing some of the stuff that happens to happen.
Just
so
like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. Start with the man in the mirror. Man in
Lord.
the mirror. I'm just saying.
I like how you beat me to your references before I could.
Dude,
so
I'm always on it. But
hey, man,
when I saw it, I was like, wait, what? What? But I'm like, you know what? I'm cool with that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm actually cool with that. Because he cares. He cares. He understands that when you make mistakes like that, it's not just you. You're hurting the squad. You're hurting the team. Right? So if you do that, that's a personal penalty, which means that could be 15 yards.
Yeah, and it negates a big play. Jay, I understand that part, bro.
Right.
But it's so much extra going on right now around the Buccaneers because we won the championship last year, because of the narrative of Antonio Brown. It's still all fresh and new. So it's like he reacted, but you got to know what's going on.
I give you that respect in that regard because, yes, when he did that because of AB's situation and what he's saying. But I think it also goes to he cares about this squad. He cares about the overall being of what's going on with his team and saying, look, you guys need to do better. I've told you this. I've yelled it at you. Maybe if I smack you across the head, then you'll get it. Now,
okay.
You've done it.
Go ahead. I'm going to ask you a question when you're done.
I'll say it like this.
Mm-hmm.
These are grown men. You pay them. So, in that regard, I say, okay, yeah, bit over the line. How about, you know what, a little tug, a little grab. Hey, man, we don't do that. But at the end of the day, there has to be some kind of correction.
You're right.
Some kind of correction.
But I'll say this. Then what about I give Andrew Adams my all hell now for starting to pull people off the pile and about to mess up a good thing and make this coach get fined? It sound better when I say it like that? Since you okay with it?
It don't matter. It's your no.
I'm just asking. No, we all got an opinion.
Look, here's the question. You was out there. You're out there. If you make a dumb mistake and the coach comes over, you were playing professionally, and it wouldn't have been Tony Dungy. We already know that. But if it was one of your defensive line coaches or someone like that would have just smacked you on the head, like, James, what you doing? Canada, what are you doing? And smacked you on the head. How do you feel?
If I did something stupid, I don't take offense to it.
Yeah.
My only thing was, don't call me out my name. Don't call me out my name. If I need a swift kick in the butt because I did something dumb, but you're not gonna dog cuss me. That's what my whole thing was. My whole career playing from being young all the way to being grown, because I give you a certain level of respect, give me the same respect back. Now, granted, even when I'm young, I respected authority because that's how I was raised. But at the same time, you're never gonna talk down to me and belittle me. So I can take a slap in the head or a kick in the behind. I've had plenty of swooshes and 3 stripes and all them coaching shoes across my butt before. I've had it because I done got kicked in the behind for being stupid, dog. It's gone down. That part doesn't bother me. Like I said, it's just all the situation in the moment, everything that's going on around Tampa right now.
Yeah.
And I hate the focus to be. So right now, we getting ready for the Rams, which is going to be a tough game, and we're going to talk about later, right?
Yeah.
But I got to hear about Bruce Arians getting fined. I don't want to hear that right now. That's not the narrative I want, so that's all hell no for me.
I got you, bro. Yo, that's a good one, man. It's very thought-provoking. That's and I'm glad you were able to give us that perspective. From that perspective. Hey, like the show, buy us a coffee to help us grow. Big Game James, man. Let me do that again. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. Man, listen here.
It's a long day, baby.
Oh, Lord, there we go. I can actually see again. Man, it's been tough. It's been tough. We good, though. We good. Yo, okay, so I guess it's here. I'm going to go ahead. You say .com. Yes, sir. www.buymeacoffee.com/Big Game James. Like the show, buy us a coffee, help us grow. Look, make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when it's time for the shows that come on here at Big Game Sports Buzz, like Cowboy Connection, which will be airing not just two and done. We'll keep it rolling on Saturdays. This Saturday we start at 11.
Hey, man, you know what made me mad for you, Jay? For anybody out there that y'all haven't had a chance, go through the channel, check out Jay's show, Cowboy Connection. Great show, great content. The people you had on, y'all gave some good insight. Y'all talked about your team, and y'all really touched on some of the mistakes that were made. So I'm glad that's your brainchild. You put it together, man. You did a really good job. So, like I said, everybody that's on here, check it out. Tell your friends. If you're a Cowboys fans, dig in. You go get some good stuff. You ain't got no team to watch, so you might as well watch this show.
That was rough, but you know what? I remember a couple of shows back where I told people don't even watch them. Look, just go do stuff, go play with your kids, go out, do other things, go to a park. You can definitely do that. But yeah. Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Okay, so here we go. Let's go ahead. We're gonna introduce her. She's getting to us, but we'll go ahead and bring her on. Look, this is Genai Walker Macklin. Man, Arkansas native, right? Played in the WNBA for the Atlanta Dream and the Tulsa Shock, who later became the Dallas Wings. Look, she played in Spain, Portugal, England, Ecuador, Uruguay, and Switzerland. That's how you're supposed to say it, folks. And it's not Uruguay. It's Uruguay, okay? So get that right.
You mean Uruguay.
That's right. And she has a degree in Spanish and some Spanish stuff, so she knows what I'm saying. What I'm saying is true, okay? All right. Muy bien and all of those great things. So,
Mi español is muy mal.
Shut it. Hey, without further ado, Miss Genai Walker Macklin. What's good?
Hello,
how you doing?
How are you all?
I'm
good.
Well.
You'll be able to see me bigger next time.
Hey, even better. Even better. Hey.
Thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely,
thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm always on the go, always moving. 90 miles to nothing, so.
That's what it is, and it's all good. You know what? I'm so glad you came on. Look, I met Janae through my wife, and let me tell you this. Janae has sports opinions that just make you say, well, wait a minute, why? And you be ready to fight. And you know what? Here's the thing. Janae's like, well, I'll fight you too. So that's the great part about this, okay? I've had to kind of, step back, get into my, my karate stance. But no, it's all good and all love. Hey, let's go ahead and let's dig in this thing. We want to talk a little bit about WNBA, how the season is looking and shaping coming up this year. Who are some of the teams that you're looking at, or even players, and then even with Hammonds now taking over for the Aces.
Aces, yeah.
Yeah, so we're excited. I'm excited for that. I think she's a great coach and a great person that's leading that squad. But let's start here. The team you're looking at this year, Chicago Sky won it all. But who are you? Are you looking for them to repeat? Are you looking for them to keep it going?
That's one thing about women. Women are a lot of times predictable, kind of like a UConn. They win one year, they might most likely going to win the next 2-3 years.
Yeah.
So, long as they have the same players returning, which I believe they do, then they have a good chance of being right there again. But to me, whatever team Skylar Diggins is on, Skylar Diggins Smith, then she's a competitor. So she's going to give it all she has anytime. And then Liz is wanting a championship. Liz Cambridge. So she definitely wants a championship as well. So you just never know. You would think Brittany Griner will be the face or the one that will want to take over, but she's her personality is more just relaxed, not that killer instinct type. So
she's straight introvert.
Yeah,
she is just, and if she had that extrovert mentality, she will be unstoppable. But you can't put it in them. It's just in you.
She's a Pippin. She's not a Jordan. She's a Pippin.
Wow.
Look. There's nothing wrong with that. Pippen has 6 rings. Jordan has 6 rings.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you okay? No.
So there's nothing wrong with being a Pippen. Everybody need a Robin. Batman need a Robin. Batman can do it by himself.
Right.
I know. Hey, Big Game needed J Stars. I feel you, baby. Let's go.
There it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I like Vegas. I think I love Liz Cambage. When she was here in Dallas, I was so upset when she left. I think she's a rare talent.
Man,
especially in the women's game and how she's evolving that. Super coming back. Oh my gosh. I mean, when is she's like the Tom Brady of WNBA.
Yeah,
for
real.
She just won't quit. She just won't quit.
It's all about how you keep. It's all about how much you spend on your body. That's what's the key. I wish I would have spent, even more money on my body, but you just don't know. You don't know, what you don't know. And me coming from a little small town in Arkansas, they didn't know anything about nutrition or just physical health and all those things.
Right.
But like the importance of massages, the importance of just electrotherapy. Only thing I really was taught was ice, and I hated ice. I still do.
I like ice. Now I just put it in my drinks.
That's better though, because back when I played, Jay, I had a coach that said put a little dirt on it.
Hey, well, a little spit, a little dirt, that's all you need.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to move. We're going to kind of turn here because you also are you're an avid sports fan, but NBA is see how that lip turn? And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear this one.
Yeah.
So first question here, Brooklyn. What's going on with Brooklyn? What's going on with the Nets there?
The Nets to me is just too many. You can't have too many divas in one area and expect great things to happen. That's just, they're going to be great moments. They're going to be great games, but to produce a championship, it's hard. It's very difficult because there's no clear leader. There's no clear, and then who's going to show up, who's not going to show up. So when you're dealing with those type of things, it's difficult for you to be able to carve out a winning streak. And you got to have some winning streaks if you want to be great in the NBA. You got to have some big winning streaks because you want that home court advantage. It's important.
Yeah. We always hear, people always talk about basketball in any game is just a matter of runs. And so it's how many do you have, and you should have more runs than the other person and stop their runs. So, we talk about Kyrie and Brooklyn, but I think really overall, I think Brooklyn just has, and you made a great point, they just have too many divas. How do they fit together? And they really haven't fit together in a season yet. Like, they haven't played for a season yet. So I don't know if they can even really put it together. They're climbing the East. And so that kind of puts me into this next question. Eastern Conference, it's getting tight. Bulls were there. They're starting to drop. You see, Cleveland is getting there. I mean, the Eastern Conference, who do you see coming out of that?
It seemed like just a lot of people, a lot of teams just jumbled all in there. You would think a clear winner would be Giannis. You would think because he's just bigger than everyone, stronger than everyone, more athletic than everyone. So you just will assume it's his team, but you just never know if his team is going to show up for him every game. That's the issue. So you can't hang your hat. But I'm still going to say Giannis because he's just a competitor. He's just a competitor. He has a no quit attitude, even if he got to shoot it every time, and he will. I mean, he will shoot it every time if he needs to. So I'm still going to pick the Bucks because I like Giannis. I like KD, but KD and Harden on a team, and then you throw Kyrie on a team, that just doesn't equal champion. It just doesn't equal champion to me. Hall of Famers, yes, but champion, no.
Is it safe to call KD injury prone now?
Wow.
No, no. The only person that you should call injury prone is Anthony Davis. That's him all day, and that's his name in the dictionary.
China
Anthony
doll.
Davis, injury prone.
Yes.
He is the only one that I see that's just stay injured.
Janae, does it drive you crazy to see someone that has so much talent and so much potential not to be able to get over that hump and keep that label of being injury prone?
I think a lot of it is the coaches. A lot of people cater to you, and that if you're not playing good or if you're not having a great game or something, you can just say you're hurt. And then all of a sudden that blame shifts on, he was hurt, or that he has that nagging injury. But back in the day, they had those nagging injuries. They had those pains. They had those injuries, and they continue to play. I mean, Kobe, one of my favorite players, he wrapped his own self up and played. Jordan did the same thing. They don't have the same toughness or heart as they did back in the day. But they're stronger. They're stronger now, more faster. They can jump higher than they did back in the day. But yet these guys, I mean, the rest days, those are just the rest games are just ridiculous. I mean, you're taking breaks from a game that you're getting paid per game. You're getting paid per game. You're not getting paid.
Don't you justify it, Jay?
Month.
All I'm just saying is this. I look at players
I know in jobs we take days off, but I mean.
But when your job is entertainment and you are paid to play and get through a sport, unless you really dead, you cannot take time off. You can't go on a road trip, you on the West Coast, I want to see you on the East, and you taking a break, and I done bought tickets for my child to see you play. Not fair at all, Jay.
It's 82 games. It's a lot of games to play.
Now they can do maybe minimum minutes. They can reduce the minutes. And then to me, that would be, at least they're out there doing something, maybe play 2 quarters out of 4 or something like that. But not playing all together. I'm not a fan. That wasn't starting until these new age players. This is new age players who do that.
Well, I think also,
and they're not playing any different. They're not playing any different, amount of games or time.
Well, I think also you bring up a very good point as far as they're bigger, stronger, faster. I kind of look at them as, when we talk about, we look at them at cars. Hey, I can get a Camry, and that Camry is going to last me for 150 miles without, 150,000 miles without a problem. But now we have these really fine-tuned cars. But if a bolt is missing or a gas gets off, it's down for a month. And it takes a lot to get it back. And so I think there's that part of it. But, that's me from a fan's perspective. I want them out there every game because, I pay for a jersey and I pay for tickets and I pay for all this. And I expect that to happen. All right.
Right.
All right. We're going to get you. We got 2 more for you. We're going to get you out of here. First, we talked about East Coast or Eastern Conference. Let's talk about West. Can the Suns put it all together and finally win it all? Is this the year?
I like Chris Paul, and I like his competitiveness. But Booker, I just can't hang my hat on Booker just yet. And to be honest with you, I haven't even paid attention to the rest of the players on the Suns. I mean, they got the big tall guy. He's okay. He's okay at most, but it's just something about the Suns that they're just missing something. It's like, I don't know exactly what. They got the leadership. I mean, I hang my hat on Chris. Chris is a great leader. They got the defense. It's something else that they're missing that I don't know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, they made it that one year where it was a weird year.
Yeah.
And it was the Suns and who was it? The Suns against Toronto? Or Suns against the Bucks? But as far as the Suns being compared to the Warriors and so forth, no. I mean, the Warriors are my team, so I mean, we're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, the Warriors are second.
We're clicking on all cylinders. Then we're not going to do too bad. We're clicking on all cylinders.
So yeah, I remember you talking about how much you love the Warriors, and now you're so excited because they finally figured out how to win again.
No, we didn't finally figure out. We were just injured a little bit, and now we're back.
Yeah,
injured.
You can say that, but sure. All right. I mean, whatever. All right, I'm gonna get you out on this one. Who's your sleeper for this year? If you said, look, if everything doesn't run chalk, there's one team I know that everyone's not really kind of paying attention to, but they could actually make some noise and do well. Who's your team?
Memphis is dangerous. That little boy, Ja. Oh, I like little Ja. Ja got that block and pinned that ball on the backboard. I'm like, wow, what did he eat this morning? Memphis is a dangerous team in a 7-game series.
Yeah, and I think they proved it last year.
They will hurt your feelings.
Yeah, they proved it last year in the playoffs. And man, look, he only got better. And I think the squad around him believes in him and that process and coaching. And so I think overall, that's a very good point to make. Hey, look, really appreciate you coming on. We're going to have you come on when you're less busy. I don't know when that is. But I know you're always doing great things in the community. And so we thank you for that. You want to shout out some things that you're doing as far as that's concerned?
Yes, I'm always out, like you said, out and about. I'm doing things, City of Dallas, City of Garland. I just was appointed to the advisory board for Tackle Tomorrow. That's Charles Haley's nonprofit. So he's going to be having a couple of events coming up, a poker event, and then a golf tournament. So I'm gonna have to let you all know about those.
For sure.
And then I'm also on the board of the retired NBA players of Dallas, and they have their annual golf tournament. So I keep you all abreast on all those things, and so be good for sports fans and everything like that, because a lot of the legends are normally there.
Well, fantastic. Well, hey, look, thank you so much for being here, Janae. As
thank
always,
you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes, and I look forward to hopefully coming back so we can dive deep into I don't know, LeBron and some of you all NFL players, who think they're stronger than what they are. So
I knew you were going to do it. Look, we're gonna get you back we're gonna get you back very soon. But you stay safe out there. Keep doing what you're doing. We appreciate what you do and how you do it. Folks, that's Genai Walker Macklin. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you. Talk to you later.
Yeah. All right. Now, that brings us to our next segment. Who you got? Playoff edition. Look, folks, this is real simple, okay? We need to figure out who you got. We can tell you who we got, but we need to talk about what's behind that. So, James, let's get into it. Can we do that?
Hey, man, let's roll, dog, before I start coughing again.
I know. Sound like Cowboys talk in the Lakers talk. Bengals, Titans.
Oh, man. Hey,
It's a good game.
It's a very good game. And this is a game that I think that Cincinnati is very capable of winning. I think it's going to come down to if Henry is actually 100% healthy and if he can get going. I think the Titans are only as good as Derrick Henry. Ryan Tannehill has been a good game manager, but the way the Bengals are playing on offense, it gives them a chance. Their defense still lacks a little bit, and that's why the Raiders were able to get back into that game last weekend. But my straight up, who you got, without being super long-winded, man, I'm going to go with the Bengals in the upset.
Bengals in the upset. I actually agree with you, and I don't even think it's an upset if you ask me. But
give it that.
I think it's going to be Bengals all the way. Rams, Bucks.
Hey, man,
don't even. Who you're going to pick, but
don't pull MJ up again when he talking that stuff like that. Okay, MJ, cut it out, bro.
Wait, what did he say? Was that Rams, Green Bay, Titans, Bills? Okay, good. Yeah, okay, good to know. There we go.
Hey, real talk. This next game, hey, you didn't give us your pick. You didn't tell us. Oh, yeah, you did. You said Cincinnati is not upset. My bad.
No, it's not upset.
Hey, man, real talk. This next game, unlike Cowboys fans, I'm realistic to what can and cannot happen on the field, and I know how things go down. And right now, with Jensen, our center, being hurt, and Wirfs, our all-pro offensive tackle, being hurt, it scares me up front when you go into a game where you got Aaron Donald in the middle and Von Miller is looking better on the outside. And I forget the other defensive man's name, but they're playing well. I love my Bucks to death. We're beat up front. If Wirfs does not start and Jensen's ankle still bothering him, the Rams will beat Tampa in Tampa. I mean, I think that's what it is. Because the one guy you love to hate played well enough last Monday night, and OBJ and Cooper Kupp together look pretty good, man. I know you don't. Hey, I said I was gonna give you a hard time and make you acknowledge Matthew Stafford, but we don't have time to do that.
Stafford, I guess he played okay, but
He played better than Dak Prescott. I'm sorry. I told you every segment, dog. I had
49ers, Packers. Packers are going to win. Let's just keep it moving on that. I already know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
Right now. So,
okay.
yeah.
What is chat room looking like? Let me see.
Man, it's crazy is what it is. I'm pulling them up. But, yeah, Niners, get out of here, Ron. You know the Niners are not going to beat them.
You see what them shit said? He said my voice started cracking.
Yeah, I put that up. He started cracking. We talking about
it did. Voice. It hurt. It hurt, man. I ain't want to say it, but I'm trying to be realistic.
I was going to see it body. Hirsch, you're a fool, but I love you for it, but no. Look, that the Niners have no chance in Green Bay, so let's just call that what that is, okay?
I'm not going to say they don't have a chance, Jay. That Green Bay has been susceptible to teams running on them, and San Francisco has done a decent job of doing that. Now, I just think that this is Aaron Rodgers' year because he's going to leave Green Bay. He's going to leave Title Town trying to get him another title. So I think they got a chance.
They said after the Cowboys game, Garoppolo's thumb was literally hanging on by a string. They said it's actually worse, where he shouldn't have even played that game. So, I mean, I get it. It's playoffs, you play, but
But we said the winning formula was running the ball and then dinking and dunking it, right? So if that's the case, Garoppolo's going to – I mean, he'll make it enough to where – if they don't have success running the ball, it doesn't matter what his thumb does. He's not going to be able to do it anyway. To win the game, San Francisco's going to have to establish their run game.
They'll have to, yeah. But, can there – will Bosa actually clear the protocols that he was supposed to not even be in the game in Dallas because he came back? But I'm not going to, talk about that. All right.
You don't work for them, man. Let that go.
Bills, Chiefs. Man, look. This is another great game. AFC has the games. I don't know who to pick. I want to pick the Chiefs.
No, you don't.
But yeah,
you do. Go ahead. You good. I know why you said that.
The Bills, I was out on the Bills because we didn't know who was going to show up. And then all of a sudden they decided we're going to show up. And they did just that. They showed up and showed out against New England. So, I don't know.
Hey, man. Bills Mafia is going to win this game, dog.
Bills Mafia.
Bills Mafia is going to win this game.
They're playing KC, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. And KC doesn't scare anybody anymore, man. Now, I know it's different playing at Arrowhead. Jay, that was one of the best stadiums I ever played in, dog. Yeah. I tell everybody, if you're a football fan, you need to check out a game at Arrowhead in Kansas City.
It's awesome.
When they do the national anthem, and at the end, when they say home of the Brave, they say Chiefs.
Yeah.
It give you goosebumps all through your body as a player, man. It's unreal. And, I liked it. I loved it so much. We went bust them in their ass for saying home of the Chiefs in their stadium. And that's what I think the Bills are going to do. I think they're going to bust them in their mouth.
Oh, no.
They're playing off. They did the one thing they didn't do early in the year. They got Diggs involved in the game early, got in the ball. Singletary was running like a fool, like his head was on fire. Yeah. And they were on all cylinders. And the defense, Jerry Hughes, I love that dude since he was in college at TCU. Indianapolis didn't know how to use him when they drafted him. He got to Buffalo and became a new player all over again, reinvented himself. Ed Oliver up on the front, star two. Hey, man, they're loaded up front. And when they play well, that defense is going to get Mahomes fits, man. So I think it's going to be Buffalo winning this game.
I can see that. I think
my son's going to hate me. Sorry, JD.
I think it's just a tough out, man. But hey, yeah, Bills Chiefs is gonna be a really good game. Tough to call. If I had to choose, my heart says Chiefs, but my head says Bills, man. So we always leave with our head. There we go, Bills. All right, final segment of the evening, man. Look, we love all of them, but this one we really, really do enjoy. Of course, it is now time for a top 5. Now, some people, they have a top 100 or a top 50, top 25, or even a top 10. But here at Big Game Sports Buzz, we have a top 5. You got to decide who's in, who's out. Now, this week, I I love coming up with some of these topics. Sometimes, we talk about going back and forth on which one we want to do. This week I said, hey, Big Game, we got to do this one. Top 5 playable video game characters. Now, this also includes sports. This also includes sports games. So if there is someone that you said, hey, I love playing with this particular player, there you go. But, some of us, we like to play games. We like to play all kinds of games. And esports is a thing. And e-athlete, that is a thing.
Damn e-athlete, man. Go on with that.
Bro, they're getting paid millions now. They have contracts. It's a $300 billion industry.
Yeah, that's because people are getting lazy. They don't like to exercise, and they're unathletic.
Are you upset because they sell out the championship, video game championship, the Staples Center, which is now the Crypto Center, like in 4 hours? Are you upset by that?
No, I don't. That nerds are stupid and spend their money on anything. I ain't about to sit up there and spend money to watch you play a video game.
And on that note, why don't you begin? Why don't you start then?
All right, I will start now. That being said, I am a video game enthusiast. And you coming up with this, I didn't say e-athlete. I said enthusiast. There's a difference, damn it. You coming up with this list,
I love it,
made me think a little bit. And I want to think outside the box a little bit. So I didn't go all sports because I am primarily a sports guy. 2K, Madden, NCAA football was my favorite.
Yeah.
So I mixed it in a little bit, Jay. And I wrote them down 1 through 5, but there's no real order to this. So I'm not going to say, I'm going to give you mine, but it's not in a traditional big game order. All right. So I got my favorite character, one of my favorite characters, Ball Bull from Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Yeah. See, you laughing. Remember earlier today when I told you I got one that's going to make you laugh? I just saw he jumped. You know how many times in my life I've been called Ball Bull? But I can feel it because I know the game. And I know the game so well. I love
crazy. Yes,
carpal tunnel injuries.
Yes, they do, Sean.
But hey, they're athletes. Don't answer. No, they're not. Don't answer, Sean, while I'm going through this list, damn it. So, hey, Ball Bull, Mike Tyson Punch-Out. Okay? Then Sonic the Hedgehog.
That's a good one.
Hey, Sega Genesis first came out. You had the one free game. I got it for Christmas. I didn't have nothing else. I sat up and played that game for a minute until I can go get my football, my John Madden and stuff. So Sonic the Hedgehog, man. After that, I got Donkey Kong. I love some old school Donkey Kong. Mario trying to jump the barrels, climb the ladder to get up to Donkey Kong and save the princess. Yeah. A lot of people didn't even realize those are the same characters. Anyway, so Donkey Kong, my number 3. Number 2, Bo Jackson and Tecmo Bowl.
Hey,
I couldn't leave all sports out. So
there you go.
Bo Jackson on Tecmo Bowl was a monster. He wasn't even fair, and that's why I asked if I could do 2 players, but I couldn't. So I had to pick my best one.
There you go.
And my last one, no, it's 4. Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
What's wrong with Pac-Man, dog?
Nothing's wrong with Pac-Man.
Look, MJ got Pac-Man. Herschel got Pac-Man.
People have Pac-Man. Yeah.
Hey, think about it. Pac-Man's one of the originals, dog. Like, how do you talk about video games and not mention Pac-Man, dog? So that's my top 5, Jay.
Yeah, hey. That is your top 5. That is yours.
Ooh, Herschel put NBA Jam. Boom, shalakalaka. He's on fire. I love
MJ. Of course, y'all have 3 of the same. Y'all grew up in practically the same house, if you ask me.
I mean, anyway, great minds think alike, player.
Yeah. Hey, Contra's a great game, but look.
Ooh, up, down, left, right, A, B, star, fool. Man, let's go.
That's code right there. That's forever. They still in every movie that I know that has something that's in there. All right, folks. My top 5. I don't do it in particular order, and I'm glad that Big James has finally figured it out. Bo Jackson was on mine too, man. Bo Jackson was so overpowered, bro. As we like to call it in the gaming community, OP. Yeah, man. Once he broke the line, because he always broke tackles. He always broke the tackles, right? broke the tackles. He would go up and then down and then up and then down and then up and then down, and then that was it. He scored every time. So yeah, that was the only Bo Jackson. Kratos. If you ever play God of War, that's my guy. I know. Yes, I'm nerding out on you.
Is he the big green dude?
No, he's the big like white dude with the red circle.
Oh
Kratos.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
God of War. Check it out. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah. Look, when we do Blurtitude and Black Nerd and all that, I'm definitely gonna hit you up, man. You come on. We'll talk about that stuff, bro. We'll talk about it. It's good. Master Chief from Halo.
Love. Hey,
Yo.
Jay, can I tell you something? Not to cut you off because it's your list. I changed my Waze voice to Master Chief, so that's who guides me around when I need directions. My wife hates it, but I think it's awesome because I love that game.
Master Chief. That's why I think he's one of the best characters to play. Master Chief, right there. Sub-Zero was actually my favorite on Mortal Kombat. I know a lot of people have theirs, but Sub-Zero is my guy. He's kind of a moniker that I sometimes go with. Sub-Zero. That's my dude.
Great list. Great list, Jay, so far, man.
And then for my finale, listen, I've already mentioned one of them. Mike Vick. Mike Vick in Madden was like the first 99. There was no stopping Mike Vick in Madden. None. Yeah. And Hirsch, I agree with you. The movie Ready Player One was awesome.
Is it really good?
Mike Vick.
I haven't seen it. I'll check it out. Okay.
Look, Mike Vick, nobody could touch Mike Vick. He could throw in the game. He could run in the game.
Hey, man. Mike Vick was unfair on Madden, dude. It was just straight up and everybody's like, "Y'all running with the Falcons." He's like, dang.
Just put the sticks down. Just put it down.
And I hated it because even some people who couldn't play could look up and win sometimes when they chose Michael Vick.
You put Mike Vick, the dog, such Vick. That's cold, man. Boy, MJ, you cold, man.
Herschel. I think it was 2002. It was the one he was on the cover of. That one 2002, but was it?
Was it one? It was either 01 or 02.
It had to be 02 then.
Man, look, Mike Vick is especially on that joint right there was amazing. I loved playing him, even though I was not a Falcons fan, but I was all about Vick and playing Atlanta. And I was that dude that said, "Hey, you want to play Madden? Yeah, okay, I want to be Atlanta." Like I said that as soon as you say you want to play Madden, I'm Atlanta.
I seen dudes almost fight over who was going to be Mike Vick playing that game. And, especially in the players' lounge, what I'm saying? We won't tell a lot of secrets, but in the players' lounge, we used to put money on the video. We used to put money on Madden. And I seen dudes about to come to fight, $300 on a Madden game back. And that was back in 98, 99, 2000s. 300 was a lot to lose on the video game. You know what I'm saying? Some folks, I seen fools about to fight. It's still funny to the day, man.
That's it.
You beat that. I mean, you about to fight over John Madden and Michael Vick.
Yeah, Hershey was 04. He was on an 04. 04. Good catch. Yeah, man. Look, I can see that, bro. I can definitely see that. Yo, that's been our time. Man, it's always fun, always enjoyable. Big Game, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know you're under the weather, bro, but you toughed it out. You did a great job. Appreciate you so much.
Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I'm up here in isolation. I couldn't even do the show from our normal little studio, but hey, we made it happen. And for everybody out there that's been tuning in, man, we really appreciate y'all. Games Extra Point has now turned into its own little segment that you can catch on our YouTube channel and on our website as well. And I need to get the website up here, Jay, so we'll start putting that up there too. But if you miss any show, you can go to YouTube and check it out. And if not, you can check it out on our website.
Absolutely. Yo, make sure that you do check out Big Game James. You still doing Move the Chains? Or
Yeah, man. So Avery and I are going to do Move the Chains all the way up until the Super Bowl. And that's going to be on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock.
All right. So you have that. Look, you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff coming out from Big Game Sports Buzz. Move the Chains on Tuesdays. Thursdays, we have Big Game Sports Buzz. Of course, on Saturday, we have Cowboy Connection. That's going to be at 11 this week. Usually we'll do it at 10, but this week's going to be 11. Make sure you check out ASAP Plus, because that's where we are as well. You can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. You can also check us out on our YouTube and Facebook. We're also on Twitter. You can hit me up at Jay Stoggs. You can hit him up at, where are you, BG Sports Buzz?
Yeah, at BG Sports Buzz or at JCan97.
JCan97. So make sure you hit us up. We always love to hear what you guys are talking about so we can tell people like Ron and MJ that they're wrong, because they are. Yo, this has been Big Game Sports Buzz. Appreciate y'all.
Dope. It's a dope groove.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes, like behind the O-line, soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about